Naked shorts. Naked shorts. Boom! Look at these babies. Talk about an outfit. American shorts. You got the freaking button-up t-shirt. You gotta freaking rock those bananas, baby. You guys let me know if the lag is any better. I tried to go over to my OBS studio and just lower the bit rate and some of these technical settings and stuff, but if there are any issues, you let me know. I'll try and figure it out. I'll try and get this sucker rocking and cooking with Crisco as soon as we possibly can, but let me know right now, right? Whoever was in that last live stream, I know there was a little bit of a lag, and it should be better here, so you guys just let me know. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Much better. We are good. Let's go, baby. We're cooking. So, in case you're just tuning in now, I didn't catch that last live stream. Obviously, I was having some lag issues, but I just went over to OBS and adjusted the bit rate a little bit to work with the fact that apparently this freaking hotel's wired internet connection is absolute garbage. But we got her cooking up, and the price is currently sitting at $48.48, down about 1.7% here in the pre-market, and we're sitting okay. There was some really cool stuff that happened here in the last 24 hours. You had AMC actually come out publicly and state the overall situation with how many shares are outstanding, right? So 502 about million shares outstanding and about 4.1 million individual investors. Now, what's not clear about this, and I'm waiting to get an answer back, I'm going to see if I can get a solution, some sort of answer as to what that really means, is we don't know if that's only addressing retail investors or if that's retail investors and institutions. It shouldn't really include insiders, mostly because insiders don't really have a right to vote for their own company, right? That's a little bit of a conflict of interest. But nonetheless, right, either way, the math doesn't really add up. The math doesn't make sense when you think about the fact that if there's 4.1 million investors out there at 120 share average, that's about 492 million shares out of 502 million. And then you've got short positions out there, which at the time of June 2nd, there was about 89 million. That's more than the overall float. The shit don't make sense. The math don't add up. It doesn't make you lemon pepper tendies. So even if you take the worst case scenario, which is that 492 million shares is what everybody except for shorts owns, it doesn't add up, right? That would leave no shares available, and then how are you getting hundreds of millions in volume every single day? You need insane algorithmic trading, which, by the way, is in and of itself just a garbage practice, but nonetheless, the math don't add up. It's a great confirmation that we've been on the right page this entire time. And then Ortex actually came out and put out a tweet talking about this share recall, right? So I actually want to pull up the exact tweet because I did retweet this. It's some pretty interesting stuff. Now check this out. The unexpectedly high short interest implies that the shares returned in this period were atypically not shorted shares, but instead shares that were borrowed but not shorted. Bam! Share recall, forcible share recall. This is something that happens when you've got a little more risk in a particular stock and shorting that stock than you would like to see. So I'm pretty jacked on that. I'm happy with where we're sitting right now. Ortex actually adjusted the overall short interest data. Was sitting at about 10% yesterday, and now it's at 12.7 with a current short interest of 64.94 million. Now keep in mind that this is exchange reported short interest, and there are ways for institutions and big firms, the hedgies, right, to get out of reporting the actual short interest. Whatever you think it is, whatever Ortex says it is, I think it's much, much, much higher because there's things that we can't quantify. You don't have the thirds delivers in there. You don't have the naked shorts in there. There could be long positions that are actually being categorized, or short positions categorized as long positions, right? And then the T2 settlement, right? Charles Payne actually talked about this, that T2 settlement is garbage because it takes 2 full days for any sort of transaction to clear for the liquidity to get pushed through the system. What happens in that full 2 days, right? None of us can really even know. This happens on both ends, right? What if we execute orders and during that 2-day period of time, they're not even filling the order in actuality to push the stock price up? There's no way to know. And there's some crazy stuff happening here. And it's being brought to the light by Gary Gensler. Hopefully, hopefully the SEC. SEC, do your damn job. Might want to look into a stock that has 492 million shares owned by either A, institutions and retails, or B, just the apes out here, right? Might want to look into this. Might want to tuck out what's going on with AMC stock, but nonetheless, that's what you got cooking up. It's down about 2.2% as it is right now. You look at this on the hourly candles, and AMC has actually been holding up decently well. It broke this bull flag setup, but it's holding on pretty well. I'm thinking it might end up being a false breakdown. similar to how you had a false breakout right here at that $77 mark. So we just got to wait and see what actually ends up coming to fruition here, but it's looking pretty dang decent. I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad. So enough about that, right? We're going to wait and see, you know, how the day pans out, but I'm going to be here until about 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, so about an hour and 20 minutes extra from here. So we're going to be here for a good minute. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in here. All the freaking apes out there, whether you're an OG ape, you're a new ape, right? Appreciate everybody that's stopping in. When in doubt, just out, bro. I love it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm becoming a guy that likes to leave one extra button down. Maybe that's not the right thing to do, but I don't care. That's my style, man. You ain't gonna cramp that. No one can cramp that. Good morning, dear Trey. I hope you have a successful operation. I appreciate that. Things should go fine. I'm not stressing out too much. How many days are orders delayed? There's no way to know exactly, you know, how many days orders are delayed by, but what I will tell you is this, a T2 settlement system, right? This happens on both ends of the spectrum, the hedge funds and the retail investors. Everybody that's making transactions, 2-day settlement time for that liquidity to get pushed through the system and the transaction to actually be finalized. What happens during that 2-day period of time? None of us are ever going to know, right? What if there's a conflict of interest for the market makers or the hedge funds or whoever's filling our order, right? There could be a million things that are happening during that period of time. And the one that's the scariest to me is this hedging against your position, right? So for instance, let's say that you're going through a dark pool system and get transactions filled. There are a number of brokerages that make that happen. During that T2 settlement time, what happens if you go through a dark pool system? People will do this because they make a fraction of a penny more profit per transaction, your brokerage, and, you know, hedge funds. Both will do this. What happens if it goes through this dark pool system and you know that Citadel actually manages this dark pool system? They fill some of these transactions. So if you're making a buy, you're making a purchase, right? What happens if on the back side of things, they're actually hedging against your position? They're shorting your position. That's a little scary to me. That's some stuff that I don't necessarily like seeing. And that's what I fear, right? I'm going to come into my settings here really quick because I'm noticing this already happening. Give me one sec. Apply that. Let's see what this does. All right, anywho. I know. It happens when there's more people that hop in here. I lowered the bit rate on my stream. Hopefully that helps. You guys let me know. Man, frustration. I'm getting frustrated. Bob Saget. Let's see if that helps. You guys let me know. I think that should. It's looking a little better on my end now. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Star player, appreciate that. Audio is good. Kenny is upset. I know it. That looks a little better. Since the SEC isn't doing anything about the naked shorting, can you ask about FBI intervention, Ortex, CV Payne, Matt Coors? We'll see what we can end up doing, right? So I've actually talked to a broad variety of people, and while I'm here rocking in Oklahoma doing my thing, I'm trying to make some connections and see if I can find ways to get stuff moving, because this is ultimately what I want to see. I want to see a better market. I want to see better filings coming out from the NSCC, the DTCC, the DTC, the SEC. And if the DTCC is actually colluding with hedge funds to protect the losses on their short positions, that's some scary shit. They need to get cracked down on hard if that's actually happening. That would freaking blow my... I would not be a happy guy, but that's something that I'm definitely looking into, man. So I appreciate that. I think there's a big, lawsuit, class action lawsuit that's going to be coming here down the road. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is just getting a different hotel. So kind of what I'm doing right now, for anybody that's curious, is since I don't really know how long I'm going to be here, I'm not signing a lease on an apartment. So what I'm going to do for now is just pay out of pocket, and I'm going to stay in a hotel room every single day, because it's just a little bit cheaper than if I was to, go get an Airbnb or sign a lease. I don't want to commit to something if I don't know if I'm going to be here for a prolonged period of time. So, where I'm sitting right now, my first procedure is on June 30th. I'm actually going to get that small incision cut open on my chest, and they're going to implant what's called a loop monitor. And that loop monitor is going to help the doctors essentially track what my heart rate's doing on a consistent basis so they can figure out the arrhythmia. But for now, I'm just going to have to bum around hotels, and I'm going to try and find a better signal than what we've got rocking here for sure. I can see it happening again. Honestly, what I'm going to do is just lower this to minimum capacity. I think that's what I might have to do, which is absolute garbage, but I guess it is what it is. Anywho, we'll get into this next little question here. There's a lot of confusion on the share count. Insider shares versus toots versus retail. Can you get clarification on this? You know what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to text the man. I'll text the man right now and see what we can get. Hey, Adam. A lot of people are curious as to the share count and average holding. Can you clarify if this is only retail investors, 4.1 million, and the average holding is 120, or if that's everybody, including institutions, insiders, retail, and shares on loan. Thanks, and hope you're having a great Thursday. I'll get you guys some answers when I know. Appreciate everybody. My dude, strong mindsets and patience, friends. Good things to come. Love you all. Weiler! I love you, dude. So we gotta drop this freaking arrow real quick. If you're new to the channel, just tuning in for the first time, guess what? We don't have the OG lamp in the room right now, but don't worry because I've hidden that other freaking ugly lamp. I'll just move aside here for a second so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I've got shark shorts and Van Gogh covering up the double-headed hydra of a bad luck charm sitting in the back of the room over here. Because I don't want you guys to have to look at something you're not going to enjoy, right? That's not our mistress. That's not our girl. That's not the lamp we've all come to know and love. So we're hiding that right now, and the real lamp will come out here eventually from the vehicle. I've got a lamp in my car, but just waiting to see what ends up happening nonetheless. Trey's OnlyFans is 140p. Oh man, the quality on that looks not great. That's no fun. When Trey lets us take a peeky weeky at the Luffy style open shirt, you know the stock is about to gum go. Gum no. Oh, that's good. We on the float. 12,000 people in here. Yes, sir. Share count doesn't matter if shares are delayed. So the share count is coming from June 2nd. So all of the data that we have is from June 2nd regarding the average holdings per person, as well as, you know, how many actual people out there are holding stock in the company. Coming from June 2nd. I know the quality on this isn't great. I apologize, guys. There's not much that I can really do about that at this current moment in time. I've lowered things in the settings as low as I can to be able to get some sort of consistency here. Trey, what do you calculate to get the current price action for a stock or value of the company? Thank you. Give us apes hope for what you do. So the current value of the company, we have to be, you know, real here. Is not trading based on fundamentals. It's trading based on a short squeeze. Now, the short squeeze thesis essentially is that, you know, shorts have over leveraged themselves into different stocks in the market. AMC being particularly one of them, right? So with AMC being over leveraged, you have a crap ton of short interest on this stock. You've got a crap ton of positions out there that probably shouldn't exist, including naked short positions, failure to delivers, right? That's what derives the actual stock price and not so much the fundamentals. The fundamentals play into the equation in the sense of the stronger the company, the less likely you are to have, you know, shorts want to establish a position. But this is kind of where the situation's sitting right now. Long-term fundamental value of this company will come, but it's not yet. This is not the time to buy into the company for a long-term thesis. It's just not quite there yet. So that's my personal opinion. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But to value a company, you want to look at a couple different things. You want to look at their qualitative analysis, right? So where are they going to stand in the marketplace in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Who's their competition? How does their competition fare on the balance sheets? How are their liabilities versus their assets? You want to compare all of these things and see who is the best at that particular market. To me, AMC is one of the best in that particular market. That's just my personal opinion. That's a good tweet. SEC, do your job. Is that Trey's hoodie? I love it. You guys are so good. That's such gold. That's such gold. All right. I can tweet that out. Why not? Boom. Blurry camera, I know. So the reason that this camera is blurry right now, guys, I'm gonna end up actually going to a different location here eventually, but I had to lower the bitrate as low as it possibly goes because apparently the wired connection in the place I'm staying right now is just not good. There's not much I can do about that. What I could maybe do is like just buy a modem and bring that into the room and just set it up. If that's something you guys want me to do, I probably can. You just have to let me know. Maybe honestly, I probably should, but this is all that I can do for the time being, just based on, you know, my current situation. Once I get back to my house, you know, and I'm living in North Carolina and move out there again, things would be picture perfect, but I just don't know when I'm gonna get out there. So for the time being, I'm just gonna float around hotels until I know. But we'll see what happens. Can you also ask him if these report is only USA and Canada? He'll get back to me. So once I hear back from him, I'll let everybody know what the good word is. What the freaking Crisco is cooking up, baby. Sick. All right. I like pixelated Trey. Yeah, it's like playing a 16-bit video game. Back to the 90s. It's like I'm not gonna say that, but it's a Step Brothers quote. I love it. All right, group chats are saying people are selling their stocks to buy AMC. Hey, well, I'm not going to endorse one way or the other what people want to do, but nonetheless, I don't think AMC is a freaking dead cat in the least bit. By the way, for anybody that was looking at Clove, how's it going? That's obviously pretty ugly. That looks like a picture perfect pump and dump to me. They always say AMC is a pump and dump, but no, it doesn't look good. If you made money on the way up here, congratulations, but I didn't want anything to do with this because it just seemed fishy to me. You know, there's always, every single day in the market, there's going to be stocks that are ripping and are going to look more sexy than any play that you've done your research or you've got conviction on, right? But in the long term, I think AMC is fundamentally stronger for a short thesis than any other stock out there for a couple of different reasons, right? It comes down to the short interest, comes down to the conviction and the community behind a certain security, right? The loyalty to the company. And I just haven't seen that in Clove. Clove came out of nowhere. I just like woke up one day and was like, what the fuck? Clove is up 70%? Where'd that come from, right? These sort of things have to have some sort of buildup. Like there's got to be a slow momentum build into those sort of moves. So if you made money on the way up, congratulations. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're in the market to make money. In fact, you know, it's an opportunity, right? If you want to take advantage of market conditions, that's awesome. But I don't know. I don't know how I like that. That's a little bit ugly. It's a little bit ugly. But AMC, I am just so jacked at how strong this is. I mean, this is really holding up pretty dang decent right now. I'm actually going to adjust this ascending level of support here a little bit because it is still slightly setting higher lows and higher highs. Check this out. The low right here is at about 36 bucks. Here it's at about 38 bucks. Here it's at 41. Here it's at 44. So, I mean, it's still stair-stepping ever so slightly into the right direction. So that's pretty good to see. Pretty decent. All right, I got to come back up here. AMC strong. AMC isn't getting clapped like... Oh, it is what it is. What do you do? What do you do? All right. What's a good call option for tomorrow? Personally, I wouldn't pick up a call option for tomorrow. That's not enough runway, especially since we're in a consolidation phase, right? So either calls or puts. You don't want to really play calls or puts if there's not a lot of volatility. And as of the last, 4 or 5 days, there hasn't been a lot of volatility. It's been trading kind of sideways. There's not a lot of price action actually happening. And that's actually what market makers like to see. That's where they make their cash, is when stocks are trading sideways. So I would wait until you get a clean technical breakout, which would be a break over this descending level of resistance that you got right here, right? You know, a little bit of a false breakout right here and a false breakout right here. But you want to see a confirmed hard move in order to pick up some more call options, right? So we're just waiting to see what ends up. You want that volatility. So once you see some volatility, or if you want to play, further expirations, I think that's maybe a better way to go about it. So I'd say, if you want to play some further expirations, I wouldn't play tomorrow by any means. You could look at 18 June, 25 June, or 2 July, and those would treat you pretty well because you got enough runway to get these, give these things time, and you're not fighting the theta, and you don't have to stress so much, right? If you want to pick up tomorrow, go, you feel free. It's your money at the end of the day, but there's no other risk associated, right? If it doesn't run up, you could lose that entire premium, and the theta on these is nasty. It's not good theta. I mean, check this out. The $50 strike is worth $4.75 a share, 475 bucks. One passing day, you move into tomorrow, you cut that value in half if the price stays the exact same, right? That's not good. I just wouldn't touch it with no volatility as it is right now. Naeli, appreciate that. George W on the 1 month. Let's check it out. Oh, there it is. Look at this. The big, fat, tasty, nasty, dirty, filthy. You know what it is. George W. You're looking for a break over this neckline right here to get some sort of hard move off of this technical setup. But George W, if you don't know, is a double bottom. That is something that we just came up here with at the channel that I thought was kind of funny. Pretty interesting name. Makes it easy to remember. It looks like a W. It's a George W. But you'd be looking for a break first over this descending level of resistance and then over the neckline of this double bottom George W setup. How is theta determined? Too easy. So theta, you've got stronger theta, higher theta, the deeper out the money these calls go, right? So these aren't updated as of right now, but they will be once market opens. You'll see that the deeper in the money you've got a call, the less theta you lose, right? And the further out the money you're called, the more theta you lose compared to how much the contract is worth, right? So as of right now, these $80 strikes are worth 74 cents a share, which means 74 bucks total. And this is going to have to update at some point, but you're losing a lot of value on these. So like 36 bucks out of 79 bucks is half your value. So the further in the money, the less theta you're fighting. The farther out the money, the more theta you're fighting, right? If the strike price is over the current market value, more time decay. Under market value, less time decay. You hold on to that intrinsic value a little bit stronger. The last Ortex update was from the 28th of May, i.e. $20 to $30 run-up. Can we expect another huge short interest update when the data from 30 to 77 comes in? It's very possible. In fact, I kind of want to show you something that I found to be interesting. So if you come to the advanced tab on Ortex, you can actually see some pretty interesting stuff that's taking place right now. And I want to show you this. It's going to be the new shares on loan, right? So you've got the average days for shares on loan sitting at about 54, right? So the average held position has been held for 54 days, which was back when this was trading at between 9 and 14 bucks. Now we're going to take that off the table, and I want to show you these new shares on loan. Check this out. New. You've got a current spike. There's a new spike on new shares on loan. Check this out. These shorts are starting to add to their positions. That's a significant little jump right here. I mean, you look back at May 28th, and there was only about 4.6 million total new loans that had been taken. And it's just starting to hop back up. I mean, you're looking at 14.5 million new shares on loan. So there's some new money in here that's trying to short this back down. And that's some good confirmation to me that there's some people who are trying to bet on this going back down. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think where we're sitting right now is pretty freaking bullish. I mean, the consolidation and the fact that it's holding strong right here is strength. That's a lot of strength. I like seeing that. Oh, yes. Thank you, Loki. Appreciate that. Trey live again. We're back, baby. Absolutely. Video on potato mode. I know that the quality is not good. There's nothing I can do about that. What I'm just gonna end up doing is going to a different hotel. So I'm here until Saturday, and then once I get out of this room, I'm gonna go somewhere else and get some better quality. But I can't do anything about that. I used hotspot on my phone for a while, but once you use a certain amount of data on your phone, it slows down the quality. So I'd actually be doing worse if I was on my actual phone right now. So not much I can do about that. Trey, massive amount of in-the-money options next Friday. Next Friday, yeah. So the June 18th options chain is filthy. It's nasty. Just $40 alone, you've got a crap ton of call options in the money. You've got currently 125,000 call options at that $40 strike. 23,000 at 50, 20,000, 20,000. I mean, this is going to be a huge, huge, huge expiration date. A lot of momentum building into this. I mean, look at this. This is what's absurd. 33,000 call options at 145 bucks. Nasty. That's so gross. So if this ends up running, the hedging, the gamma squeezing that would come from these sort of moves would be really filthy. We're sitting down about 3.47% as it is right now. Total volume on the day is at 1.21 million. Webull only shows you the Webull pre-market volume, so it actually could be higher than that. If anybody wants to let me know in the chat bar down below what it is, feel free to do so. That would definitely help me out. Stop beating your chest. I'm sorry. It's a habit. Oh, I don't even realize that I'm doing it half the time. I don't even realize I'm freaking. It is what it is. Whatever. Whatever. Love from the origin of apes, Africa. Come on, guys, push that like up to 10K. Oh, dude, well, it's good to have you here, man. If you're actually in Africa and you're joining in, welcome. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the Gorilla Gang. To all the new gorillas, all new apes out there who are cooking with Crisco with the AMC community, just drop some gorillas in the chat. We want to see all those new people who are joining the community and joining the family. It's good to have you here. 2.6 mil, 2.9. There we go. Nice. All right. Sailor suit, we are the captain now. Oh, yes, sir. Trey, can we find out why David Ings is on the board of both Citadel and the DTCC? Isn't that a conflict on interest? Let me check that out. If he is, I would say it is. Absolutely, yes. And that's what's crazy about these allegations. David, yeah, look at this. So I've seen this floating around. David Ings is global head of operations at Citadel and Citadel Securities and is responsible for all products across asset servicing, billing, cash management, clearing, collateral management, reconciliation, and control and settlements. Prior to joining Citadel, David served as Chief Operations Officer of E-Trade, where he led operations globally across trade execution, global clearing, middle office, and shared services, among other functions. David spent most of his career at Goldman Sachs, where he was managing director, was a managing director and held numerous leadership positions over the course of a decade, including global head of clearing operations and head of credit default swaps and equity derivative operations. And he worked for the DTCC, huh? Global head of operations at Citadel and Citadel Securities. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. Actually, I know I don't like that. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. DTCC, Citadel. I just can't. This shit's just stupid. This makes no sense. Look at this. This guy's the board of directors for DTCC. So let me put this in perspective, right? For my career, my job that I work full time, you know, my 8 to 5 or whatever, right? It is a conflict of interest if we've got something called an investigative officer, right? People who will do investigations on certain situations that'll happen without, throughout that government job that I work. And what'll happen is you can't have a conflict of interest to the parties, whether it's the alleged or the accuser. You can't have any sort of allegiance to either of those parties. You can't have any sort of favor towards either of those parties because you have to come in with a clear bias, no bias towards either party, so that you can give a fair answer on what's happening. Think about this as the same exact thing. So David coming in working for the DTCC, which is supposed to essentially be an entity that governs the stock market and protects people and keeps people off, safe, whatever it may be. This is the equivalent of if I was an investigative officer and the alleged was my friend, right? That is a conflict of interest. And that's what I'm viewing this as, man. And for him to work for the DTCC and also be at Citadel and Citadel Securities, the global head of operations at Citadel and Citadel Securities, I don't know if I like that, man. That's not good. That's a conflict of interest. That's a little bit sketchy. Hold up a sec. It's like politicians voting for a raise. It's definitely sketchy stuff, man. David Ings. David Ings. Come on. What in tarnation? Is on the board of directors for the DTCC. He is also global head of operations for Citadel. In my government facilitated line of work, we'd call this a conflict of interest. You know what I want for my birthday? I want no conflict of interest in the DTCC. That'd be the ultimate birthday gift. Actually, there's a filing that might get approved on June 21st, which is my birthday, coming up here in 11 days, a little less than 2 weeks. And that would be a hell of a birthday gift. All that I want is a more fair market for the average retail investor and the apes, baby. That's what I want, man. That's what I want. I think that's a pretty good way to word this. What do you guys think? How old am I? I'm 23. I'll turn 24 on the 21st. Congrats on your 40th. Oh, you know what it is. You know what it is. Oh, I got to post the link too. There we go. June 21. Well, happy birthday, Dylan. I'll be looking forward to celebrating with you. All right. I'm going to take this part out. All right. There we go. Anywho, back to it. As it is right now, you're looking at about negative 3.59% on the level 2s. You've got the largest sell walls at 47.71, 47.73. This is the level 2 in case you're not familiar. The bid and the ask will tell you what people are willing to buy it for or willing to sell it for. The larger the spread between the bid and the ask, the more difficult it is to come out profitably for day traders, swing traders, that sort of stuff. So to see a tighter spread means that there's more availability to stock and you're not having to fight so hard to get orders filled on both ends of things. So pretty interesting to watch this as the day goes on. You see, less availability to shares, less availability to liquidity. These spreads can actually open up a little bit, but it's also indicative of, big levels of resistance or support that you might end up seeing on any given stock on any given day. So to see a decent sell wall at about 47.95 tells me that could act as a level of resistance. So we're going to actually slap that up here in the pre-market at about 47.95 or so. And you can see that it actually rejected right here off that candle wick, right? So a top and tail on a candle will tell you that there's some sort of rejection of buyers at any significant level. And you can see that it lines up pretty decently well with this consolidation that we had right there. Trade underneath the volume weighted average price, the VWAP, this gold trend line right here, tells you the average price that anybody has paid on any given day. So you're waiting to see a break back over that volume weighted average price, because typically with that will come a shift in momentum, more overall volume, more liquidity getting put into the stock, right? So that's what you got cooking up right now. What am I wearing? This is a cool shirt, man. I like this shirt. I like this shirt. Yes, sir. Use your phone's mobile hotspot. The Wi-Fi at the hotel is too bogged down. I can't do it, man. I already maxed out. It's going to lag if I use my hotspot. I've tried. Thanks, man, for everything. Appreciate that. The charts are all fugazi. I wouldn't quite say that. There are actual trends that you can read and give you the best opportunities to buy and kind of expect what's coming, And looking at this is a technical trend. This is predictable stuff, right? You can actually do something with this information. So I wouldn't quite say it's a fugazi, but once things get volatile and you don't have any trend to base things off of, there's not much you can do with technical analysis. Like I've made videos in the past where I'm like, look, there's no trend. I can't give you any sort of, anticipation and prediction as to what's going to actually happen. Silverback Nut Guardians reporting for duty, sir. Welcome back. It's good to see you. You should get another phone to use for streaming. I'm actually thinking about getting a second phone just for YouTube stuff for sure. Love you too, man. Thank you, Tipstar. What's Dark Pool? So what's going on with Dark Pool? I see a lot of people dropping this. Is this on Twitter at all? I love that. Oh, Charles Payne, my man, Charles. Thank you for that. But Dark Pool. So the Dark Pool essentially is a way for different brokers. Dark Pool price. Oh, okay, yeah. So I haven't seen my replies. This is the real Dark Pool price leak from an insider at Citadel. This is the last time I'm reposting this. Please reshare this to get all the bears on our side. So, if this is legit, right? I'm gonna give you both scenarios because I'd rather be. I'll give you the best case, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is there's no such thing as a dark pool price leak, right? Who knows? Who knows? This is speculation. I don't know enough about what's actually happening behind the scenes of dark pools to give you the actual confirmation, yes or no, that this is legit. Either way, if it is legit and the actual stock price, whatever this may be, right, is $1,533, that tells you the whole story, man. We've been saying this forever. We've been saying this forever, my friends. Literally, there's more happening on AMC than meets the eye. We have an overall trend. We have Ortex acting as a trend to follow in terms of what's going on. I'm telling you right now, AMC stock, I'm 99.9% convicted there are shares out there that shouldn't exist. There's more being traded because simply put, right, if we were only to look at what's actually going on and we take the worst case scenario with the share count, 492 million shares for 4.1 million investors, right, 120 shares apiece. You got shorts out there, 89 million. That leaves no room for the flow. Worst case scenario, you're looking at almost 600 million shares that are circulating in the market. You're still getting hundreds of millions of volume every single day. Worst case scenario, this is being diluted to some extent by shares that should not exist in the marketplace. So I can guarantee you that if that is true, the stock price should be higher. Is it $1,533? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a billion shares trading on the market. I just wouldn't because I've seen the way that this works, right? Think about this. Let me plant you with a hypothetical seed. AMC has been talked about for 6 months. And I would argue that it's one of the most talked about stocks on the market, if not the most talked about stock on the market for 6 months. Think about all the people on the internet who have bought this stock, who have held this stock, who have waited for this stock to make a move. Think about all the people, millions of average retail investors, the little guy, right? Millions of people. Think about all of that, like 6 months of people purchasing stock over and over and over and over and holding it. Like every single person I've talked to, right, and just face-to-face interactions have been holding this from February, March, April, May, different people getting in at different times. But, right, this does not make sense to me that you would see this much volume on any average given day, and it's just not going where it's, hypothetically supposed to go. There's outside forces in this that are not being accounted for that are holding this freaking stock down. Simple as it gets. The stream gets slower every time more people hop in. God dang it. Let me hold on a sec. Hold on. I know this quality is absolute garbage, but I'm trying my best to give you the most that I can in terms of actual up-to-date, no lag. We'll see if that helps at all. You guys let me know. But I'm telling you, man, there's more to this than meets the eye. There 100% is. Trey, internet is perfect. So jealous. I know. My internet is honestly amazing. It's incredible. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on a sec. This is probably a stupid joke, but I think it's funny. I want to screenshot this. I want to screenshot this. I'm going to tweet it out. Internet level 9,000. Oh man, you gotta have fun. I can get frustrated about my internet being slow and lagging and having awful bit 9 quality, or I can laugh about it and just post it on the internet. Oh man. Internet level 9,000. Yes, sir. All right. Dude, Trey, when you had the $1 stock on the screen yesterday, you almost gave me heart. Oh, man. We like the stock. No lag. Cool. Rock on. Guys, do me one favor. I covered up this freaking Hydra of a lamp back here. The double-headed beast, because this thing is just bad luck, bad juju. You got an arrow drawn up, which I'm about to adjust. Drop a like on the live stream for OG lamp. This is the one time I'm going to ask during this live stream. It helps out, blah, 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 the whole spiel. I don't like asking about that shit, but every time I forget to do so, people remind me, and this is the one time I'll say it. So it would help out. Just do it. Appreciate that immensely. Orders being held back for days wouldn't surprise me. That's the problem with the T2 settlement system, right? Is you don't know what's happening with your transactions during that 2-day settlement period. There's a lot of sketchy stuff that can happen in 2 days. Absolutely. Trey Ropp in the deep V-neck polo shirt. Yes, sir. That's my style. All right, Trey, if we can't trust the short data, how are we knowing the shorts have covered during the squeeze? So I'm not saying you can't trust it per se, but I'm saying it's an overall trend, right? So Ortex gives you an idea based off of 85% of the exchange data, the reported exchange data, without any sort of FINRA mal-reporting, right? We know that there's FINRA reports that come out saying that, hey, the short interest was actually misrepresented by X party, Y party, Z party over a sustained period of time. So for that to be, the case, you just have to pay attention to the overall trend. Now, you'll know when shorts are covering, whether it be the naked shorts, the failure to delivers, any sort of stock that shouldn't be out there, right? Maybe short positions that have actually been qualitated as long positions. There's a million ways that this can happen, right? That's what you got to pay attention to, is you'll see it in the price action. The chart tells you the entire freaking story. I think that the short interest on this could easily be 150 to 200% higher than is actually being reported, just based on what we know about the different research, due diligence, and number crunching that's come out from different people. From the halls of Montezuma to the hills of Tripoli, where America's financial fighting force, the guerrillas of AMC, JF Wall Street Viking. Dude, how'd your thing go with the financial media? This man, JF Wall Street Viking, actually flew a plane with a banner over some really cool locations and got some nice attention to AMC stock. It's pretty cool. You're lacking because Lamp is not with you. We need your Lamp and Matt Tiny Rockets. Edgies wouldn't stand a chance. Lamp will come back. Lamp will absolutely come back. Honestly, I'm just keeping it in there because I think I'm going to end up locating to a different hotel just based on the freaking internet here. But we'll wait and see. Did the hedges cover in the dark pool to keep the price down? I think that people will go through dark pools. There's a couple different ways, right? So you got dark pools, you got OTC, over-the-counter trading, right? Both of these are not very highly regulated. There's not a lot of transparency, and there's not much that you can do about knowing the actual situation on any given security, right? So this is the issue. If, these hedge funds were to go through dark pool systems, they don't really have full transparency on what they're doing. Can they actually hide the fact that they're covering? Can they hide the actual cover effect of a stock? That is highly illegal. If that's what they're doing and they get caught doing it, they'll get slapped very hard, and there's going to be some repercussions in terms of what they have to pay to make things right, with the actual stock price. So I'm inclined to believe no, but that's just me. Talk about the leaked Citadel pictures of dark pool price for $1,500 a share. I just saw that, man. It was pretty freaking. I mean, if it's legit, which it very well could be, there's no way to know for sure. It's speculation. We can speculate. That's the most that we can do. But if it's legit, that's some pretty freaking crazy stuff. Absolutely is. I really do think that this is being synthetically held down. I mean, I've showed this a million times. I'll show you again. Simple as it gets, right? AMC is about supply and demand, right? So let's just show you this really quick. As simple as it gets, you've got supply and you've got demand. I've shown this a million times. Supply, demand, this is high, low, right? High, low. So what happens is this is the divergence point in a normal situation of supply and demand. Now, if you keep the demand the exact same, but you increase the supply, you get a lower divergence rate. It creates this synthetic appearance that there's lower overall demand, right? And in this case, you can think of demand essentially as the share price. You're gonna have a lower overall share price, right? It's not good. That's not what you want to see. So that's what's happening if this is the case. And that's what, this leaked photo is speaking about, is the fact that there are likely shares out there that shouldn't exist that is suppressing the actual stock price for AMC, right? And if these get cracked down on and that dark pool data is legit, you're going to watch AMC do some pretty nasty stuff. It'll be filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. MVIS being added to the Russell 2000. Let's go, my girl Mavis. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo. You were fire on Fox. Keep on keeping on. I appreciate that, Jason. I just tried to speak the truth, man. Tried to speak the truth. I was a little bit salty. I was salty that CNBC tried to gooseneck me. They tried, how goosenecks are really like curved and bent, and they look like they could. You get the picture. They tried to gooseneck me, so I came out spitting a little bit. Maybe it was a little too ferocious, but I try to keep it 100, man. I mean, everything that I said was just straight up facts. That's as simple as it gets, No chest beat. I know. It's a habit. It's a habit. I can't help myself. Microvision is running, huh? AMC currently down about 4.5%, which is not the end of the world. It is down here a little bit. Microvision is up 9.5, 9.7. I'm assuming this is because of the news of them getting added to the Russell. which is pretty cool stuff. Yeah, Russell 2000 as of 8 minutes ago, and that is 100% why this is running, which could very easily squeeze some shorts out of the positions here. So that could be an opportunity for the short term. We'll wait and see. AMC. Can you explain what the Russell 2000 is? Yeah, very easily. So check this out. The Russell 2000, essentially, Maximilian must sell fast before it drops to 10. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So the Russell 2000, you can essentially think of as an index fund, right? So this shows you essentially small cap index aims, for high market caps, decent stock prices. These are essentially the top 2,000 small cap companies in the stock market, right? It'll show you a bunch of different things that you've got here, but you can just think of it as an index fund, right? It's a way to essentially diversify your portfolio without actually having to pick your own not subscribers, but your own companies. Pretty cool stuff. Trey, have you heard my Not a Dead Cat version, RJ Lee? Please check it out. I have not seen it. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be 100%. Hyaku Pasento. Hyaku Pasento is Japanese for 100%, in case you're wondering. RJ Lee, Not a Dead Cat. I've got it pulled up, man. I'll check that out after. I'll check it out when I get to work. That'll be my game plan. Hey Trey, why are you in hotels and not a house? So to put it bluntly, I'm waiting to get heart surgery done. So what I know right now is that I've got three main issues. I've got an arrhythmia that stems from misfirings of the neurons in my heart. So it's like electrical misfirings. Essentially, my body is telling my heart to speed up and slow down, and it's not correlated with any sort of exercise or movement, right? So they got to figure out what's going on there, which is why I'm getting the surgery done on June 30th so they can implant a loop monitor and track the actual rhythms of my heart and figure out what's going on. That's the first problem. The second problem is that my left and right ventricles are operating at about 45% for my right ventricle and 35% my left ventricle of normal capacity. They got to figure out what's causing that. And then I've got a heart shunt, which is a genetic defect that, it's essentially, just to put it simply, a hole in my heart. They got to patch that up. That's going to be open heart surgery. So what I'm waiting on essentially is for my job, my career, to make a decision based on all that information on what to do with me, and for them to decide whether or not they can send me back to North Carolina, which is where my residency is, where my home is. So until that, time frame, I don't know what's actually happening. I don't know what the future holds. I don't want to, commit to a lease on an apartment because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So I'm just going to keep moving around. I'm going to bum from Airbnb to hotel to here to there, and I'll figure something out. But for the time being, that's kind of my situation, and that's why everything's rocking the way it is. Don't worry, you're still sexy in 360p. Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to beat my chest. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Looks like it might actually follow this arrow here. Currently sitting at $47.28. What you're looking for on the actual stock price is a break over this descending level of resistance. You've had a little bit of a sell-off. Anytime that you're looking at a significant level of support or resistance, you want to see at least 3 touch points. That signifies any respected level, and you get them. 1, 2, 3 different touch points. You're waiting for a hard break over this descending level of resistance to get out of this downtrend situation, right? So a 1 minute candle that'll open and close above that, followed by 5 to 10 minutes of consolidation or trend continuation over that signified level of resistance. That's what we're waiting on right now. We are going to move arrow because Lamp has held down the fort here for a decent amount of time, and just get this cooking up to the new direction that we need to go. Lamp is chilling in my car right now. We do have Lamp. We covered up the Hydra, the Beast, the freaking the two-headed dragon from the depths. The depths of the Shadow Realm. She ain't gonna do us any bad luck anytime soon. I don't trust the Lamp with 2 heads. I don't trust that. That ain't for me. Oh man. If you are at Hilton, be sure you are paying for premium Wi-Fi. I'm not at a Hilton. I'm not gonna say the specific hotel that I'm at because I don't want to put myself at risk for more issues like I've had in the past. But I've got everything cooked out to the max that I absolutely can. Hey Trey, what's up with the latest Ortex data? Only 12% short on AMC, not convincing at all. Can you explain? Thanks, says Pavi. So Ortex gives you about 85% of the exchange reported data. Now there's a couple ways that big hedge funds and institutions and firms can show different short interest. I don't think Ortex is mispicturing anything at all in terms of what they're giving, right? Ortex is supposed to report what's given. Now if you look at yesterday, it was actually 10% reported short interest, and today it's 12. And Ortex tweeted out about this yesterday saying there's actually a higher than anticipated short interest than was given to us a couple days ago. So that's instance 1, that they've actually admitted to the fact fact that the short interest reported before was actually higher than was given to them, right? It was higher than was reported. So what's given is the overall trend. It's 85% of the actual exchange reported short interest. That's just an overall generalized picture. So what can we pull from that is two things, right? One scenario, a second scenario. One scenario is that some shorts have covered positions. Given the fact that we ran from $30 up to $70, I would not be surprised if some did cover. But it gives you not the whole picture. The second scenario is this, right? They could report that shorts have covered, but it could actually be shares on loan that were actually forcibly recalled or shares on loan that were returned, such as Ortex alluded to by giving us that tweet that we saw yesterday, right? And I wouldn't be surprised that once they get the next updated short interest report, you see that there's actually more shorts out here than are supposed to exist. So that's what I'm looking at right now, my friends. I think whatever you're given in terms of data, look at it as a trend, right? Don't look at it as the end. The things about AMC, and I'll say this a million times over and over and over again, there are things that are unquantifiable, things that we might actually never know. That's as simple as it gets, and I'm personally okay with that because I have faith in the conviction that I've been putting together on AMC stock. All right. Very much appreciate that. We need OG Lamp. OG Lamp's in my car. We'll bring her up. Absolutely. Please keep telling everyone about Citadel having a board member at the DTCC. I tweeted it out, man. I put it out there. I put it out there for everybody to see. Check this out. David Ings is on the board of directors for the DTCC. He is also global head of operations for Citadel. In my government facilitated line of work, we'd call this a conflict of interest. It's out there. Absolutely. Currently down about 4.4% on the day here for AMC. Waiting for that break over this descending level of resistance. We've drawn up the arrow. We've done the technical analysis. Lamp is holding down the freaking fort, my friends. Just waiting to see if it's going to get that hard break over that descending level of resistance. Just got to wait and get that move. Trey's shirt. You like that shirt, baby? You like that pixelated, that 36-bit freaking button up? I always leave one button down a little lower than probably the average Joe, but I got to work with my 10 chest hairs, man. It took me 23, almost 24 years to get these 10 chest hairs, so I'm rocking them. Absolutely am. Melissa Lee tweet. Let's check it out. She follows me. I didn't even know that. How about that? Interesting. Oh. Should we listen to this? You guys want to listen to this or no? I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to hear this out.
Many pointing to the recent drift. We're continuing to watch shares of GameStop after its report. It is at after our session lows down more than 13%. This name just one of a handful of stocks with a high short interest that have been the target of the Reddit trade. And at its peak in January, GameStop, remember, had a short interest of 140%. How does that happen, you ask? Well, Robinhood CEO testified before Congress.
Hold up.
That, quote,
look at him. Look at this dude. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Whew.
The ability for the same share to be shorted an indefinite number of times is somewhat of a pathology. I
don't know. Not my CEO.
Should be fixed. Shorting still front and center in the Reddit trade, many pointing to the recent swings in AMC being driven by so-called naked shorts, the illegal practice of short selling a stock without actually locating that stock to borrow. So is naked shorting happening in this market? Our next guest says, yes, it is. Let's bring in Jacob Frankel, former SEC enforcement lawyer. He is now a partner at Dickinson Wright. Jacob, great to have you with us.
Good to be back with you.
Simple as that. Naked shorting exists in this market, even though it's an illegal practice.
I love that.
Well,
Let's
it's
go.
Entirely illegal, but yes, in the large cap market, it absolutely would be illegal if a party is unable to locate the shares.
He's got hotel Wi-Fi like I do.
The shares, yes, under those circumstances, it is illegal, and it's something that's been going on in the market for a long time. what really has happened here is companies like GameStop, AMC, all these meme stocks have brought naked short selling really to the forefront of the market's interest. This is something that's going on for a very long time in the small cap market and is very much a problem.
Is it?
So let me put this in perspective, right? We'll continue on in a sec. Naked short selling is a practice that is illegal. In and of itself, when it was first created, it was essentially a way to send out IOUs and replace those IOUs with actual stock. But the problem is that human nature, in and of itself, right, power comes with corruption. And that's what you saw happen with the naked short selling system. So it's been essentially outlawed. It's illegal. You're not supposed to be able to naked short sell securities. And what it does is it bankrupts small cap companies. Naked short selling in and of itself was meant to kill AMC stock, right? And they failed to do so. They got busted pissing on the electric fence, and the apes have turned that fucker on. It's as simple as it gets, right? So that's what you got cooking up right now.
Can you give us an idea of how big of a problem? You said it's existed for a long time. Is it rampant? Is it in small pockets of the market? Why isn't the SEC doing something about it if it is, in fact, illegal?
The short answer is I think it's difficult to find, and it's also not a...
So I've been saying the same thing. So check this out, right? Naked short selling, the SEC can't play the game of speculation. They have to have definitive proof and be able to quantify the naked short selling to make accusations, or they can get into trouble, right? So it's not that I'm sure they're looking into this, right? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I can't speak for the SEC. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not practicing that sort of stuff. But they can't play the game of speculation. That's essentially what Jacob is saying right now.
Sexy type of case. I mean, the fact is the SEC has not brought many naked short cases. I mean, they did bring one about 3 weeks ago, so in 2021, involving more than 90 naked short sales from December 26th through July 2017. Broker-dealer made $1.6 million in commissions. It took 4 years for the SEC to bring that case. 2012, case against the Wolfson brothers, same thing. It took the SEC 5 years to bring a case, and what they charged were...
I've seen enough of that to have some pretty nice confidence in the fact that this is a pretty good message to pass along. So I'm going to retweet this. It's time to take this serious. Thanks, Melissa Lee, for covering this segment. Oh, I thought something was falling. Jeez. I better follow her back. Yeah, here we go. That's something I have to do. If Melissa Lee's following me, I better do it. That seems like the answer. Seems like the right thing. All right. We need OG Lamp? Absolutely, brother. Ortex? Did Ortex tweet something out? Let's check it. Short interest update as of an hour ago. With the exchange release data from yesterday considered, the estimated short interest in AMC is now 12.7% of free float. So it's up about 2% from what was reported yesterday. That is the updated change. Raining pixels. You know what it is. So we did get a signified break over this descending level of resistance on the pre-market charts as it is right now, but you're waiting for a continuation of trend over that descending level of resistance. Otherwise, it very well could pull back down. You want to see that hold, that continuation, or that consolidation over that level. Need OG internet? I know, man. I swear to you that I'm going to get this better eventually. I got to figure out where I'm going to go. Obviously, this hotel is not going to be the permanent party place. Oh, man. For a better internet connection, good luck on your surgery. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. Trey, don't sweat the quality anymore. It is what it is. Lower the quality, fix the buffer. We'll just have to rely on your smooth baritone. Welcome to Trey's Trades, where we freaking talk fast and don't skip class, baby. It's your boy, Trey. Coming back for another freaking YouTube live stream. That looks like I'm rocking, I don't know what this is. This is something else. Let's rip today, folks. AMC all day. Ryan Patrick, welcome, brother. Good to have you. 4 $47.36, 42. So I'm just gonna use the bathroom here really quick. I'd say I'd leave you with lamp, but instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave you with keyboard. We're gonna leave you here with keyboard. So give me 1 sec because we don't have the OG lamp cooking up right now. I'm gonna put this camera down on keyboard and give you guys a true OG. So just give me a few seconds. I'll be back. Take me 30 seconds to get this all cooked up and good to go. Move out this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So I'll be right back, my friends. Give me just a few 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Naked shorts, yeah. Yes, sir. AMC to $100 before Doge to 0.65 or Doge before AMC. I trust AMC more because crypto's a little bit flat right now. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Looks like we're testing out that volume weighted average price. Small little bit of a boom boom candle rocking up right here. Look at this. Looking for a fall through on volume, staying at $47.73. That feels damn good to be able to say, baby. Look at that. Already at $47.68, down about 3.3%. Need a clean break over that volume weighted average price to get us back into some decent momentum. But that's a decent little candle right there. Let's get this back over 50 bucks so we can retest that $55 level of resistance, baby. Twitter sent you a DM with Darkpool Plus, $1,000 USD share per share. So I've actually seen that and I covered it a little bit. Oh, I gotta move the camera. What am I doing? What am I doing? I still have that on freaking keyboard. Keyboard is sexy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My apologies. You like that angle? You like the angle of my naked shorts? Oh, that was funny. I didn't realize I forgot. I forgot to move it back up. Woo! Keyboard. Show me Ortex. Let's see if Ortex has anything different right now. We'll come back here to Ortex. See if they have any updated live interest. And they do. Short interest up 0.67%, up to 65.38 million. Keep in mind this is a T2 system, so this is likely short positions that were established on Monday. Current average cost to borrow is 3.94%, and the max is 5.43. This cost to borrow will go up as more short positions start to establish themselves in the overall stock. Trey's pixelated chest hair. Yes, sir. I'm going to move this down just a hair. There we go. That's better. Can you also ask him if that's just us in Canada or US and Canada or worldwide count as well? What countries? Yeah, I can do that. I absolutely will. And if I get an answer, I'll tweet it out. Abel, appreciate that. Stream looks amazing. Yeah, you like that pixelation? This is the new, this is the premium YouTube quality that you guys love to see. This is it. This is the cream of the crop sort of YouTube live stream, man. Yes, sir. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. How come you always get to pick all the adventures, Rick? Yes! We're back over that volume and average price, sitting at $47.82. On the level twos, you've got the largest sell wall at about $47.82 right now, 8,000 shares. So we're gonna move this down just a hair to $47.82. Give me 1 sec to adjust this so you guys can see it. Boom, we're sitting at $47.80. So looking for that break over $47.82 with about 8,000 share sell wall, which actually just disappeared. They just pulled that right off the board. Very interesting. Huh. Sometimes you'll see that sell walls pop up. 47.84, got that break over that 47.82 level. Down about 3% on the day. Making a little bit of a comeback here. That's not bad. That's not looking too bad. 4K quality right here, man. This is the stuff. This is the stuff. You love it. You love to see these 36-bit freaking live streams, dude. That's as good as it gets. Good as it gets. Woo! All right. Come back up here. So I apologize to any sort of super chats that I missed. I appreciate you guys Are dark fibers still suspended? I haven't read on it, but I think I haven't heard about them reinstating those dark fibers. That's like letting the fox in the hen house. Yes, sir. Just wanted to drop in and say, you, Matt, and TMI are leading one heck of a charge, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Lead on, LT. We got your 6. I appreciate that, Captain America. Matt has been doing the Lord's work, man. He grinds. That dude works harder than any other dude on planet Earth. He deserves all the success that he's getting, man. It's so awesome to see his channel, succeeding and him leading the way for these freaking apes out there. He's doing some incredible stuff. Honestly, I think a lot of people need to put respect where respect is due, because I respect the shit out of Matt. He really is awesome. We're gonna look at Stockholm Tracker really quick. I want to see how many currently available shares there are to borrow. So we're gonna pull up Stockholm Tracker. We've got about 250,000. And that has actually increased a small amount. This doesn't mean that shares have been returned. It could just mean something simple as there's more available shares for lending. More lenders are taking the risk to borrow out stock than there were previously. Please curse more. Got it. SSR today, correct? Thanks for all you do, man. If we were down more than 10% yesterday, SSR would be in place. And if I remember correctly, yeah, down more than 10%. So SSR short sale rule should be in place, meaning that shorts can only short on the upticks and not on the downticks. They have to hit the ask. They can't hit the bid. Got to move arrow. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing, my friends? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I do have to move arrow. Moving arrow right now. Boom. Cooking. Imagine that NVIS making the Russell 2000 is the straw that breaks the camel's back and sends AMC and GME to the moon. Dude, I hope it does. That'd be freaking dirty. That'd be dirty. Trey's first words after surgery. AMC stock price. Honestly, what I'm nervous about is when I get my surgery, I'm going to miss out on some crazy price action. If I wake up afterwards and I miss something, I'll be like, God dang it. That would suck. Me, Kevin, thinks that 4.1 million owners is including institutions and insiders. Yeah, that's why in my video yesterday, I covered this. I gave you both scenarios because I think it's possible that it could include both the institutions, insiders, and retail investors. So even if it does, the math still doesn't add up, right? If that's 492 million, investors, including the institutions and insiders, retail, right? You still have short positions out there that makes more than the overall float, right? Even if you were to take that 492 million number and there's only 10 million shares available, how are you getting hundreds of million in volume every single day? That would mean that algorithms are trading the same stock, the same share over and over and over and over and over, hundreds of thousands of millions of times. It's almost impossible. My stream is blurry because the internet here is garbage and I had to lower my bit rate, so I apologize for that. So cool that you got Adam on speed dial. He probably favors you for all you do. I try and just pass along information, man. It's as simple as it is. I try to help. I'm here for you guys. Ultimately, for me, it's just, hey, if I can see that there's questions and concerns amongst the general public, and Adam Aaron knows the answer to that and he can answer it, why not spread information and help people out? That's all that I'm trying to do. Lamp on, lamp off. We'll turn on the Hydra real quick. Boom. The Hydra sitting at $48.20. It's getting a little bit of a decent push right here. I'm liking that price action. That is not looking too bad. Waiting for a fall through on this. The volatility starting to come rocking on here. The volume on Webull so far, 1.8 million. So down a little bit compared to what we have seen before. There has been like 20 million, 30 million total shares volume pre-markets before. But that volume will come as it continues its run, right? You need some of that fall through momentum to get the volume to come back. In consolidation periods, low volume is not the end of the world. Am I wearing a skirt? No, man. These are just American shorts. They're naked American shorts. This outfit, the outfit, baby. Oh, dude. The chart looking like Trey's shirt. Yeah, man. The V-neck button up. Thank you, David. Please check Twitter DMs. Schwab saying any shares are not in my account and I bought over 10 days ago. Proof in your DMs. Why would they say the shares are not in my account? The Herald 4. So you're saying that Schwab isn't giving you your shares, huh? Let's see. Interesting. I don't have an answer for you, man. That's something that I would call Charles Schwab about. I'd call them because that's some pretty sketchy stuff. Check the S3 short interest. I can check out Ihor Dusanowski because I know that he updates that on a pretty regular basis. So let me just check in with Ihor and see if he has any new information out right now. Latest that he's dropped was, it looks like maybe June 8th. Let me scroll down. Yeah, June 8th. So as of June 8th, you said that there was about 65.5 million total shares shorted, which is 13.11% short interest of free float. So that's what we have as of right now. That would have been 2 days ago. Otherwise, I don't have access to the S3 short interest. Your shorts could get on fire. Be careful. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The chart is the news. When it goes to moon, we know we won. Absolutely, man. That's how you're going to know that the unquantifiables are happening, because the chart price will show you that. You'll know. You will absolutely know. Trey, you are here to us, Abe. Thanks for all you do. Seriously. Nah, man. I'm just a regular dude, Jake. I'm just here for you guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. My Schwab shares are there. That's good. I mean, if you had a limit order and you tried buying your shares through Schwab on a limit order, it might not have hit your limit price, and that's why it might not have filled. I would just call them and ask. That's the way that you can know. Shorts. Cup and handle. I would say, ooh, drop it in the chat. You know what that is, guys. Come on. The OGs know exactly what this is. You guys know what this is. Please tell me you know. Tell me you know. Tell me you know what that is. Tell me you know. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me these things. You have to tell me that you know exactly what this freaking is. Please, the big fat. You know what it is. George W. said, this is a big fat double bottom. You got an ascending level of support. You can see this huge neckline right here at what appears to be just shy of where we touched out, which is $48.43. So break over 48.40, I think is going to bring a retest of 49, then 50, 55 being the next thing after that. George W. There it is. True Ape, keep doing fantastic work. My birthday is in June as well. Check your Twitter DMs. Ape amazing. I like the beard, man. So if I'm in North Carolina, I will let you know, man. I'll let everybody know if I'm moving back to North Carolina. I don't know anything right now, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. I'm flying by the seat of my pants literally every single day, just waiting to hear. Urgent DM on Discord. Bone Sue. Is that your handle? You have to give me your handle. Otherwise, I can't know. All right. Did you get my gift priority mail from Crazy Beanie Lady? Tracking said you picked up. Want to make sure you got it. So I have to go back to, so this is the problem with where I used to stay, is some mail would get to me and some wouldn't. So I've actually been making a point to take my P.O. box off of all my videos because nothing is getting to me right now, unfortunately. But I'll go back and I'll check today. That's my game plan. I have to actually stop back to the old hotel that I was at and the old office that I was at, the old basically the P.O. box, and and check if they've got anything. So I'll get back to you. If there's any sort of stuff that's come in, I will let everybody know. Absolutely. So sort of a PSA is, until I get out to North Carolina, it's probably a good idea to refrain from sending me anything because I don't know if I'll actually receive it. I know it's a pain in the ass and I apologize, but I don't have much of a better answer for that. But Lisa, I really do appreciate you sending me that, and I will let you know absolutely if and when I do receive that. So I appreciate it. Thank you. It all makes sense now. The dark pool price is $1,500. My option contract glitched super high when it was going from 30 to 70. Then it halted. Ooh, interesting. If that's legit, man, that could be some crazy stuff. Blurry George W. Yes, sir. Trader panties. Should I transfer out of E-Trade? I think E-Trade will treat you okay. I do. How much do you expect Max Pain Theory is impacting AMC? It's at $50 for tomorrow. I haven't seen the Max Pain Theory. What is that? Does anybody know? Hey Trey, can you please speak on what everybody's saying about the dark pool share price at $15.33? Is this FUD? All we can do is speculate, man. I gotta be honest. There's no way to definitively prove that that's legit or not. But if it is, it shows you the supply and demand, the basic economic law shift that you have right now. It shows that the actual stock out there that exists is probably far higher than what we're being told, right? And that would show you essentially why you've got that $1,500 share price on that dark pool trading. There's no way for me to definitively prove it. That's the problem, right? It's speculation. I don't have access to dark pool prices. I don't have access to all that sort of stuff. I wish that I did and I could give you an answer, but that's all that I can do is speculate. And if it is legit, it tells you the whole story. It really does. What is the best place to trade in Canada? I'm trading with Wealth Simple, and they are 15 minutes delayed. So, is anybody from Canada here? Max Payne theory is the theory that the market will F the most people possible. I see. Interesting. So based on that, it's at $50 for tomorrow. I think it'll hit 50 tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised by it. We got about 10 minutes until market open. Currently sitting down about 3.5% on the day. Just wait to see what ends up pushing here. But if you look at this on the hourly candles, this gives you a better overall picture as to what's rocking with AMC stock. Higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It's still kind of wedging up right here, right? It broke a smaller wedge, but overall, the grand scheme, this is still a consolidation phase waiting for that next push. Volume will always be lower in consolidation phases because people like to buy green. They like to buy the greed, the rips. People like to buy rips. They like to sell dips. So the fact that this is, holding up right now, the volume is low, doesn't scare me at all. It tells me that people are holding. Oh, man. Keeping an eye on CNBC. Kramer at it again, trying to say SEC going to look at Reddit as a pump and dump. He is they're using your name too, my friend. Keep your head on a swivel tray and be careful. Really? Well, CNBC did put out a hit piece on me after I went on. They tried to get me to go on again, and I said I'm not going on without a script because I knew what happened last time, and I didn't want any sort of garbage coming out of that. So if they ever want anything to do with me, which I find pretty unlikely, they're going to have to play my game. I'm not going on there to freaking get pissed on. That's not for me. No, not a chance. So I appreciate that, man. Honestly, I'm trying to watch my own back and make sure that if I ever have to, show up in front of the SEC or some sort of, court, that I've got my butt covered. So I appreciate that nonetheless. What does everyone mean by AMC is 1500? So all we can do is speculate, Iwa. So essentially what they're talking about is there's been a leaked picture that's rolling around on Twitter showing that the potential share price for the dark pool is $1,533 for AMC right now. Essentially saying that what you see is a diluted share price on AMC. Is it possible? I think it 100% is, but all we can do is speculate. I can't definitively prove that unless I can see the data that's backing that up. So it could be legit. I just don't want to. I can't say for sure. I don't want to get people's hopes up by saying something is absolutely true if I don't know that. Right? It's not fair to you guys. So you guys believe what you want. I mean, it's entirely possible, but I want to see the data that backs that up. Nonetheless, I do think that the share price is diluted. It is being suppressed synthetically by shares that are out there that shouldn't exist. I mean, if there's 492 million shares for insiders, institutions, and retail investors, and you've got 89 million shares as of June 2nd on short interest, there's even more on loan than that, right? That tells you the whole picture. Nothing makes sense. The math doesn't add up. We have a hidden variable that is holding down the stock price. That's good enough for me. Absolutely is. Oh, yes. We got a decent little reversal right there. Look at that. Look at that huge boom, boom candle, baby. Not too freaking shabby. That looks pretty nice. Surprise, only 2 million volume on pre-market. I understand volume exhaustion with all the hypes around this yesterday and today. Thought we would see more volume. So you're always going to have lower volume when there is consolidation periods. People like to buy the rips. They like to buy rips. It's as simple as it is. Is this a bear trap setup? I wouldn't say so. Not quite. Oh, actually, this could be. That could be, yeah. Actually, that's a pretty solid bear trap setup. So you have an engulfing candlestick pattern. These two candles right here are typically a sign of a bullish reversal. That could have trapped a couple of bears on these 1 minute candles. So I like it for sure. It's a reversal setup, a bull reversal, without a doubt. Not sure if you missed my super chat. Kay, I apologize if I did. I really do. There's only I try to keep up to date with as many as I can, but I really do try my best. I apologize. Wouldn't buying fractionals help mitigate ladders? It definitely would. And I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but just based on what I know about the way that algorithms trade, they trade, a single share back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, possibly hundreds of thousands or millions of times, right? And that synthetically creates selling pressure, which drives the stock price down for AMC. So in the flip side, you guys do what you want to do. I usually just average my positions. I buy periodically throughout different periods of time, right? I try to make purchases throughout a sustainable period of time to contribute to price action. You guys do what you want to do with the information that I provided to you, right? You know the whole game. Do what you got to do. Check out Urgent. Hey, man, check out your Twitter DM. Stonks, man. Stonks. I don't know if that's the right one. Oh, here we go. I don't see a DM from you. I gotta be honest. They pushing. Check Twitter DM, Chris P during the 30 to 70 halt. You're also not popping up. Is that your handle? Chris P? Conviction isn't low. We own the float. My conviction is higher than it's ever been. Whenever you run into FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that means you're in the right direction. I actually love seeing friction because that means that you're onto something. Whenever there's friction, it means people don't want you to know something. They don't want you to go after a goal. Anytime that I've ever done anything, that I was proud of in life, it came with friction. It came with challenges and it came with doubters. And I'll gladly embrace the doubters because it's as simple as it gets, right? In the stock market, you're either right or you're wrong. The person who's right makes money. The person who's wrong doesn't make money. And I think the apes are right, man. I'm staying true to the conviction that millions of people have done. We've raised the arrow. The arrow is moving. We need a break over this triple top setup on these 1 minute candle topping tails at 48.25. 48.25 should bring you next to about what appears to be 48.65. That'll be that next overall level of resistance. About 5 minutes away from market open, and this is looking pretty decently like a good reversal on the 1 minutes here in the pre-market. That's looking good. We need encouragement. Casey, my encouragement to you is this. If your fundamental thesis behind the short squeeze hasn't changed, you still believe that there's malpractice, corruption, and fraudulence happening on the stock, you still think there's more upside, don't get distracted by the bots on the internet, right? This is my personal opinion. I like to stay true to my own beliefs and my own conviction. If I'm swaying my opinions by reading FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, essentially speculation to try to disprove fact, right? I try not to read it. I try to stay true to what I know. I try to stay true to the facts, the things that we've done research on, that I've done research on, that have brought me to believe that this can do some pretty cool things, right? FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt is trying to disprove fact through speculation. And I don't buy that shit. I just don't. In fact, this is what I would watch out for is I guarantee you these big firms, the hedge funds, the institutions will pay people, bots, shills, to infiltrate the ape community on Reddit boards, Discord, YouTube, Twitter, wherever it may be. They're paying people to do this, to infiltrate and act like they're a retail investor and sway your opinion. I've seen it time and time and time and time and time again. I've seen the screenshots. I've seen people DM me this stuff. Watch out for that, man. You gotta watch out for that. You gotta fact check everybody, including myself. Take everything I say, right, and fact check it because you never freaking know, man. I want you guys to protect yourselves. Watch for that stuff. My $40 618 call at 98K profit on first trade halt. After the halt, my profits dropped. The spike is now gone from my history too. I have screenshots. Interesting, John. Interesting. So that could have been something to do with what everybody's talking about, which is this freaking idea of the share price being suppressed. I wouldn't doubt it in the least bit. Please leave lamp on, lamp off playing. We don't need a good image when that song was playing. We ran 100%. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should we leave this live stream running while I'm at work until I get back from my lunch break? You guys let me know. Should we leave lamp off, lamp on running? What do we think? What do we think? Are you streaming this from a flip phone? I'm streaming this from my freaking my Nintendo 64, man. Oh, dude. This is some premium shit, guys. This is the best quality you can get out of any stream on the internet. Easily. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, man. Take a quick look at HCMC cheap buy and decision days today on the lawsuit. So I'm not messing around with HCMC right now, but I think they're going to win that lawsuit, absolutely. Turn lamp off so you don't burn the hotel down. Yeah, probably a good idea. Too pixelated, I know. It's premium quality, guys. I'm telling you, this is as good as it gets. This is as good as it gets. Why is AMC trading over 1,500 on the dark pool trading? I don't have an answer for you, man, because I don't know the metrics that's basing it off of. What I would assume is that it's based on shares that shouldn't exist that are trading through the dark pool system, and that's some sort of, if it's legit, metric number that they're basing what it actually would trade at if, everything was actually fair, free chicken, right? That's my hypothesis. More money, more problems. You know it. Trey, hop on down to Central Texas. I have a room for you in a big, safe house and a great internet connection. Totally on me and my wife. Much love. Trey's bottle of Kraken. I love it. I have to be in Oklahoma for work. Otherwise, I would gladly take you up on it. Much love, man. Leave stream going. Play Not a Dead Cat before you go. 20 seconds. Look at our second girlfriend, wife, Mavis. Woo! Our girl Mavis doing some good things. All right. For a Swiss beer. Thank you, brother. I sent the screenshots to your IG. Mexican Manson. I will check that out, but this is the last little thing that I'm going to be able to look at. And then I do have to get to work. I got to be there in about a half hour, and it's about a 15-minute drive. So I got to take a quick shower and put on my uniform and stuff. But it is market open, baby. Let's see what we get cooking up here for AMC. We are down about 3% as it is right now. Waiting to see if we're going to get a push back up to that $50 range. First 5 minutes of volatility typically are not very indicative of what is to come for the entire market day, but it looks like you're getting a little bit of a decent push here right off the bat. Just need that follow through. Don't want that topping tail, right? Looking for follow through. Sitting at $48.60 or so. That's a pretty decently volatile candle. Look at this starting to go. Look at this starting to go. Look at her starting to move. $48.83. Not too shabby. That's not looking too rough. Coming up to test that $49 mark. Level 2s, you are down. We are almost up on the day. Almost up on the day. Down about 0.5%. 30 cents on the. Ooh. Look at the level 2s. It is almost barren on the ask. We do have the SSR in place there. The short sale rule. That's looking pretty freaking tasty. Look at this starting to go. It tested over $49. It got a false breakout, but look at the bottoming tail on that. This is starting to freaking run. That is a beautiful freaking open, guys. Look at that. 49.25 is the intraday high, and that was almost green on the day. Holy Toledo. Down just 1% here in the regular market hours, and this is looking pretty freaking decent. Oh my God. All right, my friends. I wish that I could freaking stick around for the rest of this live stream, but I genuinely do have to get to work. So I appreciate everybody that has tuned in today. Thanks for dealing with the freaking the 64-bit live stream quality. It does mean a lot to me. I will catch you all. You know what? I'll play it. Why not? I'll play it. We'll keep this stream running because I know people genuinely enjoy this song. So we will get this cooking up. Make sure that this is running good on Ortex, and it is. And I'll make sure she's looping. All right. Here we go, guys. I am heading off to... Ooh, no, that's not good. All right, so the quality on this is looking not good, so I'm going to end up actually killing this. I apologize. But nonetheless, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate that immensely. Much love to everybody. Please, on the way out, just drop a like on this live stream. It does help out the channel, blah, blah, blah. I know the whole spiel, whatever you want to do. I don't even care if you subscribe. Just do this like for Lamp, not for the Hydra, because the Hydra is absolute garbage. But I'll be back here for lunch break live stream, and I'll start up another live stream. We'll be cooking with Crisco, but appreciate everybody immensely. Much love to the apes. Cook with Crisco, hodl on, kill that FUD. Much love, and peace.